Hey, so it's about 4 in the morning. Woke up to a ping on my phone. Evidently, somebody's trying to charge my credit card, and it comes up as something I don't recognize. And I just made a bunch of reservations, paid for a bunch of stuff in advance yesterday. So, you know, I checked the number. The number doesn't match anything. The phone number is to somebody in America. So it shouldn't be anything to do with me, but it's not the stress you want when you're about to head out on a rolling adventure. So I'm going to show you just why it's so advantageous to live in places like Albania or the Philippines or Malaysia, because there's so much at your fingertips. Um, just so much at your fingertips. So 2 days ago, I was looking around and I was planning on going here, going there, and I'm like, wait a second, look how cheap this flight is. And I missed it. I missed the cheap flight, so I had to pay a whole 40, I think it was $48. I'll double check all these numbers when I break down. I'll do a breakdown at the end of each leg of how much it's costing me so you can see in real time uh, as I wander around Europe on I don't know, I don't even know how long it's going to be. I've my flight booked. I've got hotels booked. I've got a couple buses booked. Um, but yeah, I mean, I may end up extending. Depends on how it goes. So I got my new passport, and it needs a stamp. I got no stamps in my passport. It's brand new, and yeah, I got a new passport number. That's exciting. But I'm going to get packed up and hit the road. Yeah, this should be a fun adventure. Sorry, my brain is spinning because I'm still trying to sort out this credit card issue. Fortunately, I've got more than two credit cards and more than two ATM cards. So when one does act funny, I can just lock it, transition to a backup, and use that and not worry about it too much. I called the bank and they're like, well, we don't know. We can't tell you anything because it's a pending charge. I'm like, okay, well, I see no reason to approve it today. I got no emails. Nobody's bitching at me for not paying them. And like I said, the number doesn't match any of my bills. So it's pretty suspicious. And that shit happens. That's why I'm such a paranoid guy about giving out personal information, never use ATM cards unless you absolutely have to, things like that. Because shit does happen, especially when you're on the road. You're more vulnerable to nefarious actors because you can't respond as quickly or as easily. So I'm going to get packed up. Yeah, I had to go down and good old Wizz Air or Ryanair had to, I'm not going to show you my thing, but I had to print out a sheet of paper. And it's like, that's so easy. They're like, you can either download our app and, let us read all your text messages and all your emails, or you can, find a way to print this paper or pay us 55 euros. The flight wasn't even 55 euros. So thankfully, the gentleman at the hotel this morning, was up at 4 in the morning and was able to assist me and get it printed. But yeah, I'm pretty psyched. I didn't get enough sleep, unfortunately. So I'm going to try and sleep on the plane a little bit. It's a short flight. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm thinking in my head what I got going today. It's going to be a long, long day. And I'm just excited because my day's planned. This is one of those trips where I know exactly what I'm doing almost every hour. I've got like zero free time in my schedule between now and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like the next 7 days. I've got a to-do list that for everything, including sleep, including everything's, all my time's budgeted, which includes right now, and I didn't budget filming time, so I need to go. I'll see you later. Okay, well, made it to the airport. Total disaster zone. Sat in traffic for about 40 minutes before I got out and walked the last, I don't know, 500 meters. Just insane traffic. They're doing some road work out there, and yeah, it's just nuts. So got up at the hotel this morning, as you saw. Everything went pretty smoothly. Got out of there on time. I didn't get my hair cut. I wanted to get my hair cut this morning. I just gave up on it. But got distracted with the Overstay Road. He was live. King Marcos was live this morning. Looks happier than I've seen him in a long time. So I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, the walk, the taxi ride. So from the Hilton Garden Inn to where I got out was 23 and change. I just rounded to 25. I need the 5 in cash, so it is what it is. But you know, this is just a madhouse. So instead of being early with plenty of time, I am probably 30 minutes behind when I should get here. And it's just a nut house here. Just a nut house. So trying to cut traffic is just insane. That didn't work so well. I'm gonna go inside, get checked in, and try and get my boarding pass, because this is just a madhouse here, the way they jacked up this airport. I'm surprised they're not doing the work at night. They're just tearing stuff up in the middle of the day, and makes the inside and the outside just insane. Made it through security, customs, all that, super easy. Kind of disappointed because Albanian doesn't stamp your passport, and my new passport is still stampless. But check out this little VR zone. Super cool. Look at all this. This is just crazy. All the VR stuff they've got here. Look at this, the space shuttle. Space Shudder. Pretty cool little VR setup, man. This is awesome. This is right after you pass immigration. So pretty cool. But it's 11:30, my flight's at 1:30. So with all the drama, still got plenty of time to go chill. There used to be a place over here in the corner that was pretty good. Service sucked, but coffee was good. And then back when I was priority pass, the first time I used my pass here, it was great. The second time, it was a total waste of time and money. But yeah, they've changed this quite a bit. So let's look at some prices though. Watch this. €3.8 for a muffin. That's €4 for a muffin. €9 for a baguette. Outside, a salad was $2.50. In here, it's probably going to be 3 times that price. But they are doing some great things with this airport. Look at that. Talk about the luxury lounge. This is just out in the open too. Okay, I'm gonna go sit down. I've got an hour or so before we board, so I'm gonna I'm not really hungry, but I might grab some food, and these sandwiches look good. It's 800 lek is like €8, $8. Actually, it's like $9. Chicken fillet. Yeah, these look amazing. That olive and pepper sandwich looks probably one of the best. So. See, I so hate this. You have no idea what the prices are. Just drives me nuts. If you're gonna put something on a shelf, put a price tag on it. Just drives me crazy. And I really want to try one of these. But that blue makes me think there's a lot of food coloring in there that I don't want. But I don't know. Again, no prices. Drives me crazy. Put a price tag on things. Okay, I went for the classic milkshake. It's more like a, I don't know what you'd call it, but we'll give it a go. And then a water. This was $1.80 here. This was 6 and change. But yeah. Nice thing about this is my gate's right down there, so I can kind of keep an eye on it. I got like I said, about an hour before we board or think about boarding. And it was funny, the guy, because, you know, Ryanair, everything they can to make your life harder, right? So I had to go have them scan my passport. So anyway, I had to go to the counter for Ryanair to get my passport scanned because I'm not downloading their app. And the guy was super nice, but it was funny because, you know, he made a point. He's like, get in the front of the line. You're priority boarding, so get in the front of the line. Which is so funny because, you know, I want a shirt or a backpack that says, if you wouldn't walk into a tree, don't walk into me. Or, you know, and it was funny. These two, I think they were British people, but, you know, they were sniffing my farts. Like, you know, I don't understand why. And, you know, she ran into me just in the line to get my boarding pass. She ran into me 3 times in like less than 5 minutes, standing still, and just walks right into me. You know, I don't know how people like that survive, but it's just funny. And the idea of lines is just a joke with this many international tourists or travelers and people who've never been in an airport. You know, I had one guy come up behind me and just grab my arm and spin me around to ask me a question. No excuse me, no hello, no nothing. Just grabbed my arm and spun me around, starts yammering away. And I don't even think it was Albania. Maybe Italian, I don't know. But I'm not that good with language, but didn't sound too Albanian to my ears. Not that I would know. But anyway, he just starts, I'm like, English? Shrug my shoulders. And, you know, he gives me one of these. It's like, okay, you grab me, you spin me, and you no hello, no excuse me, no nothing, and you just start yammering at me. And then you give me one of these. It's just funny, you know, and that's the cultural differences people don't understand, you know, and when you know, that's why traveling's so important. Anyway, I'm done ranting. Well, most of my plans are sliding out of reality for today. So up here we're looking at Krakow. It's the I don't know, 4th yellow one down. It says 11. It says boarding, but there's no plane there. Nobody's boarding. So anyway, it says boarding. Well, now it says 12 in boarding, so I'm gonna head back down there. It's 12:56. Gate was supposed to close at 12:55, so I'm gonna run back down there. There we go. That's us. Here's some useful information about the taxis. Gives you boom, boom, boom. Then over there is the buses down that way. And I believe the train is that way. And I'm actually interested in the train because the train takes me where I want to go directly, efficiently, no fuss, no muss. Yeah, so the buses are down there. There's a machine you can use, if I remember right, all the way at the end. I think you can tap your card or use bills. But I'm going to come over here, and I think they're not advertising the train very well, but I want to say you come out the front door here, and the train is this way, but up or down or something. I can't remember. So, go sort that out. Oh yeah, here's a little. Okay, but is that in and up or is that over and up? Who knows? That says parking. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I see the sign. It just lit up in there. He walked under there and it just lit up. Yeah, see, I remember elevators. It's been a while. So here we go. So over observation deck, train to city, and check-in is where we're at. Yeah, see, this isn't real great directions. So it says train to city. It says one. But I don't see anywhere to go to get on the train to the city. Window lift. It's 1.5. Into the darkness. Let's try this again. Train to city. Oh, I see 2 to 2.5. Okay. I was looking at this. That's what we want. Okay, so I think I found the train. We'll see. If you come in here and come over here and you come up here, and those people, I tried to tell them and he got frustrated and said it's not here. So now there, when you get off the train, it's easy, right? Straight in. I could have booked at this hotel, but it was a little pricey. And I want to go downtown. I didn't want to have to take a train back and worry about making the last train. So 2.5 is probably the right answer. 2.5 is probably the right answer. Okay, you can see finding the train at the Krakow airport was a pain in the ass. So the easy answer is make sure you have a 20 zloty bill if you don't want to use the card, and then go upstairs when you're in the airport, use the walkway to cross, and then stay straight, and then you'll have to go back downstairs. But finding it through the, maybe, you'll slip right through, but I didn't find good signage in the parking structure. Take the simple route. The simple route is when you're in the airport, don't exit, go upstairs, and then use the concourse across, and then it's easy straight down. Easy peasy. No buggies. Train to city. Yeah, so you cross the train tracks, the train deadheads here. If I remember right. It's been a long time. We get to walk fast. Yay! Speed walking. Oh, we have a train right here. We need to get a ticket before we get on the train. I don't know if it has a machine on there to get a ticket or not. One class ticket. Train 1 pass ticket. Use only exact change, yes. My ticket, main station, how much is it? So it is 20 zloty. I don't know if I have a 20 zloty. I do have a 20 zloty. Cash payment. Cash payment. Take my cash. Where's my cash going? Exact change only. Printing. I want to get on that train. It's making noise. Always get nervous when trains make noise. Okay, we are here. Got my ticket. So that little thing tells you what line where, and I already shoved my ticket somewhere. I don't know what I did with it, but I'll pick this back up downtown. So this is the train station, shopping center, bus stops, tram stops. I'm out to stay now. Pretty simple stuff. Bus, regional buses. Pretty easy. They make it real easy. So the speaker never stops. But from here, you don't want to go down. You follow the signs to either the Galleria or opposite the Galleria. My advice is always go to the Galleria, and then if you want a taxi or Bolt or Uber, go out the other side of it. Just go straight through. And you can get a Bolt or an Uber right there. You can catch a rail right there. I think there's some local buses right there. Mastio, that's the center. And that's the bus station. So I'm gonna go down and go that way towards the Stair Mastio. Yeah, you can see here, signs are really good. Signs are really good. Place is packed. They got all kinds of stuff down here. There's some actually really good food. Oh, I was right next to the Galleria, so I'm getting flooded by a pulse wave. Traffic always seems to come in pulses. I'm waiting for a good point. There we go. See, this will take you right into the mall. And then once you're in the mall, just keep going straight. Just keep going straight up that elevator and that will take you outside. Yeah, I came through here at Christmas time. This place is just fabulous. I think I went up one too many floors, so I think I want to be down one floor. I'm not sure. But you can see there's stops that you can see. So there's 3 floors here. And it's pretty big. You can see all the way down. Lots of nice stuff. Okay, that's a train station. That's the Galleria behind me. I just popped out of there. Didn't find what I was looking for. Over there is the city center. Like I said, it's just a short walk. You can see that steeple through the trees. I'm gonna come over here to this, I don't know what you call it, work of art or whatever. From here, you can take the little footbridge across, or you can go over here and go under the corner intersection, or you can grab one of these rail trains. Me personally, I'm gonna go underneath because there's a little snack I've been craving, and I don't know if they'll have it this late in the day, but they make these things. They remind me of a bagel dog from like the 80s that you'd microwave, but there's no dog inside. It's like this cheese and garlic and green leafy stuff, spinach, I think. It's just so yummy. So it's usually a morning thing, but if they have one, I'm getting one. It's just the way it is. Yummy, yummy, yummy. That's what we're after. Kielbasa. Ooh. Can you hear the horses? You know, some days things just go perfect. So I got my bagel dog with garlic and all that other stuff down in there. You can see I got a second one because I wanted to try that flavor. But I just love sitting here. This little area is just amazing. You come out of the tunnel over there and all the flowers here are just popping up. And then behind me is the city center right at the corner. And the pigeons are quiet right now. There's too much traffic. But there's a couple of little birds floating around up here. And they come down, say hello, and beg for scraps. But it's just a super relaxing place. I love this place. Just such a hub of activity. I'm just sit here and chill. And I got my favorite bench. This is like my favorite bench. It's a little broken, but so what? And hopefully the pigeons will come see me in a minute. And the day will be absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. But yeah, it's pretty spectacular to be. Pretty spectacular to be back in Poland without snow. You can see my little buddy down there. A couple little baby crows. They still have their hoods. Just so cute. Unfortunately, there's a lot of cigarette butts, but they're smart enough to know better. They're still super skittish too. It's cute watching them get close to the street or the walkway because they're super skittish. A lot of crows around here. They're, you know, not skittish, but they know their boundaries. These guys were creeping up behind me. They knew I couldn't see them, so they got super close before I noticed them, but the sun's gone. It's still a beautiful day. Now I'm lazy. This place is like the busy, noisiest, quietest place on the planet. It's amazing to me. Sit here and listen to the music, listen to the birds, and just a stream of activity, and it's still quiet, peaceful, serene, just relaxing. Having a hard time getting off my ass right now because it's just so comfortable. Temperature's perfect. It's cool, not cold. It's warm, not hot. Yeah, it's just amazing. So, what do I have to look at the city? The walkway, the flowers. Oh, there's a crow over there now. I don't know if you can see it, but like right here, there's I don't know if they're daffodils or what, but bulbs are the tall, skinny flowers that come out of bulbs are popping up. So it's gonna be gorgeous in another week. Check that out. How beautiful is that? Gonna head into Old Town here for a minute. Go hit up a few stores, and then I'm gonna get to the hotel. It's gonna be a kind of a quiet, peaceful trip here in Krakow. I don't know which way to say it, but there are so many little hidden places to go explore here. You could spend probably an hour just poking around the outside of that church. There's so many cool little things over there. And I hear horses. Yeah, there's horses coming. So the first time I stumbled into this square, I came in over there, and this was all full of food vendors, and they talked me into drinking mulled wine for the first time, and I loved it. We got a backup of horses here. It has something to do with, looks like there's a marathon going on. So the horses are all backed up. I'm gonna wander into the other side. Look at these fools. The horses are behind them, and they're just like, just 4 horses. These chuckleheads don't know how to walk around them. It's like you got to be smarter than the ground you're walking on, and you know, when there's horses coming, get the fuck out of the way. It's not hard. It's not hard. They are so beautiful though. Pretty cool. I'm on a bus out of here tomorrow morning, so I won't be around for this, but pretty spectacular. Oh, they're doing some restoration. Let's have a look at the horses this way. They're chowing down. How cute. One day I'll be a big YouTuber. I'll be able to afford these horses, but right now it's a little out of my budget. A little out of my budget. I gotta tell you, the sky here never gets old. I'm just out walking, heading to the hotel, and I just look up and the sky is this brilliant blue. Oh, he's playing the trumpet. Just never gets old here. One thing Krakow does excellent is maps. So up there is the Krakow Glowny, and then over here is where I sat by the tree. I wandered through town, went to a few shops I know, and now I'm right there at the red dot, red circle. But you can see they do maps very, very well. And let me double check my thing. Red is the rails and blue are buses. So you can catch buses and rails, and this shows you the stops and shows you where they're at. And that's a whole nother subject, but it's easy. I will tell you it's easy. Yeah, too easy. But they do maps everywhere. And don't be afraid to ask people directions, because people are friendly. People are very, very friendly. I'm gonna sit down and order me a Bolt and take a load off a minute. It's starting to wear out. Get to the hotel, get a shower, and get some rest. And I may or may not go out tonight. It's Friday, so we'll see. I'll give you a bottle of wine from Australia. And enjoy your stay. I'll give you a little treat at the desk. Last time it was kind of like a biscotti or something. A couple bottles of water, one with gas, one without. And we get the corner window. And you can, if you get over here in the corner and stretch, you can see the eye. But you can also see Krakow's Mound over here, I believe. Maybe not. Yeah, I think you can actually. I think it's Krakow's Mound, I think, is right there. Oh, you can't see me point. I think it's to the left of that church. We see the church steeple right there. I think it's to the left of the church. Maybe we can see it over here. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely right there. But beautiful sky today. Beautiful sky. I got some cherry trees blooming down there. Perfect time to come to Krakow. The trees down here are blooming in the bottom right of the frame. And then the cherry trees are center there. I'm assuming they're cherry trees. They're pink like sakura blossoms. But yeah, everything's blooming everywhere. I walked around and that's a whole nother video, but it's just gorgeous out. Just gorgeous out. Timing's right. Oh, I have a pigeon. Pigeon just flew up to join me here. He's tucked in a corner over there out of my eyesight, but yep. Just one night here. On the bounce in the morning. One thing I will say about this hotel that nobody tells you, they've got some snacks and stuff at the register, right? But if you go out the front door, make a left, you're going to come to a little street that tees into the street in front of the hotel. Go through that intersection, cross that street, and then jump into the buildings. There's some industrial buildings there, or they kind of look like, yeah, they're just industrial buildings. But there's a little tiny Quick Mart right there, and it's super close. And they've got a lot of your basic snacks, drinks, everything, but nobody ever knows about it because it's hidden. It's hidden really well. Other than that, it's a decent walk to anywhere to get anything. But if you need some snacks, like I'm on the bus for 6 hours tomorrow. So after I get cleaned up, I'm going to go over there and get me a whole snack bag. Whole bag of snacks for my 6-hour bus ride tomorrow. Waters and things like that, right? Just because it's there and it's easy and it's convenient. But yeah, that's a little pro tip for the Hilton Garden Inn in Krakow. And this is April 2025. Wow, I'm getting old. See you, bye.